Good morning, live from New Delhi. You're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to visit Assam to inaugurate Northeast's first emergency landing facility. Developmental projects worth rupees 5,450 crores to be flagged off. Heads of 20 nations, delegations from 45 countries all set to attend India AI Impact Summit 2026. New Delhi to host the summit from February 16th to 20th. Russia, Ukraine and US-Iran talks set for Geneva on Tuesday, while Trump prepares for potential weeks-long operations against Iran. European leaders call for a reset of ties with US. German Chancellor Merz hints at talks with French President Macron over nuclear deterrence. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to visit Assam today, aimed at accelerating connectivity, strengthening digital infrastructure, promoting higher education and enhancing public transport, thereby giving a significant boost to development in the northeastern region. More in this report.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Assam on the 14th of February. The Prime Minister will land at the Emergency Landing Facility ELF on Moran Bypass in Dibrugarh, where he will witness the aerial display of fighters, transports and helicopters. The first of its kind in northeast India, the Emergency Landing Facility has been specially designed and constructed to support landing and takeoff of military and civil aircraft during emergencies. Thereafter, Prime Minister will inaugurate Kumar Bhaskar Varma Setu, which is built at a cost of around 3,030 crore rupees. The 6-lane extra-dosed pre-stressed concrete bridge will cut travel time between Guwahati and North Guwahati to 7 minutes. Prime Minister Modi will also inaugurate the National Data Center for Northeastern Region in Amigao in Kamrup district of Assam, which will host mission-critical applications of various government departments and also function as a disaster recovery center for other national data centers. The Prime Minister will also inaugurate IIM Guwahati, which will give a boost to higher education and management education in the northeastern region.
This time, PM Modi sir has 39th visit, and every time when he came, and he not came to bare hand. Actually, he when he comes to in Assam, actually he gives us a lots of opportunity and brings hopes for Assam.
Under Modi's leadership, Assam has developed a lot with the help of our CM sir. So we are grateful. He's a great leader. We are proud. Every Indian is proud of him.
The Prime Minister will also flag off 100 electric buses under the PM E-Bus Seva scheme, ensuring smoother, cleaner and affordable travel for lakhs of commuters. Siddharth Bhardwaj's report, DD India.
And Assam is set to witness a historic moment on Saturday as Prime Minister Modi will inaugurate and dedicate to the nation the first ever emergency landing facility in the northeast on the Moran Bypass in Dibrugarh district. The event is being seen as a major boost to national security, strategic readiness and disaster response capability in the region.
On 14th February 2026, the state of Assam will witness the inauguration of a landmark strategic asset, the Emergency Landing Facility or ELF on the Moran Bypass in Dibrugarh. This is the first facility of its kind in the entire northeast region. The ELF converts an identified stretch of national highway into an alternative runway during contingencies capable of handling emergency landing and takeoff operations of fighter aircraft, heavy transport planes and helicopters. Developed in coordination with the Indian Air Force, the facility significantly enhances operational flexibility and rapid air mobility in a strategically sensitive region. During the inauguration, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will witness an aerial display featuring Rafale and Sukhoi 30 MKI fighter jets, C-130 Super Hercules transport aircraft, and advanced light helicopters, a live demonstration of India's air power and rapid deployment capability. Beyond defense preparedness, the ELF will play a crucial role in humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations, enabling swift access to far-flung and flood-prone areas of the Northeast. The occasion holds profound significance for national security and regional resilience. The inauguration will be witnessed not just by the Prime Minister, but also the Governor and Chief Minister of Assam, along with senior civil and military dignitaries, underlining the strategic importance of the project. Following the ELF event, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also inaugurate and flag off development projects worth over 5,450 crore rupees at Lachit Ghat in Guwahati, reinforcing the center's focus on connectivity and growth in the region. From strategic air capability to rapid disaster response and large-scale development, Prime Minister's visit is set to deliver a powerful message of preparedness and progress from the Northeast. Akshay Dongre's report from Dibrugarh, DD India.
Prime Minister Modi participated in ET Now Global Business Summit 2026 on Friday. Addressing the summit, Prime Minister said that amid numerous disruptions, this decade has been one of the unprecedented development for India, marked by strong delivery and by efforts that have strengthened our democracy. PM stressed that India is poised to drive the world economic growth and emerge as a new engine of global progress.
जब पिछला दशक शुरू हुआ था तो भारत 11वें नंबर की अर्थव्यवस्था था। इतनी उथल-पुथल में पूरी आशंका थी कि भारत और नीचे चला जाएगा, लेकिन आज भारत बहुत तेजी के साथ दुनिया की तीसरी सबसे बड़ी इकोनॉमी बनने जा रहा है। और आप जिस सेंचुरी ऑफ चेंज की बात कर रहे हैं, उसका बहुत बड़ा आधार, और ये मैं बहुत जिम्मेवारी के साथ कह रहा हूं, इसका बहुत बड़ा आधार भारत ही होने जा रहा है। आज भारत दुनिया की ग्रोथ में 16% से ज्यादा योगदान दे रहा है और मुझे विश्वास है इस सेंचुरी के हर आने वाले साल में हमारा योगदान और भी बढ़ता रहेगा, निरंतर बढ़ता रहेगा।
Prime Minister said that during pre-2014 period, reforms in India were often driven by sheer compulsion rather than proactive planning. Today, in this decade of the 21st century, India is riding on reforms express with major reforms already in place.
आज 21वीं सदी के इस दशक में भारत रिफॉर्म एक्सप्रेस पर सवार है और इस रिफॉर्म एक्सप्रेस की सबसे बड़ी खासियत यह है कि हम इसे कंपल्सन में नहीं बल्कि कन्विक्शन के साथ, रिफॉर्म के कमिटमेंट के साथ गति दे रहे हैं।
On agreements with several nations across the world, Prime Minister Modi said India is entering into those trade deals because today India is confident and ready to compete globally.
साथियों, आजकल आप लोग भारत के एफटीएस यानी फ्री ट्रेड डील्स पर काफी चर्चा कर रहे हैं। क्या आपने कभी सोचा है कि आज इतने सारे विकसित देशों के साथ फ्री ट्रेड डील्स हो रहे हैं, क्या यही काम 2014 से पहले क्यों नहीं हो पाए? देश वही, युवा शक्ति वही, सरकारी सिस्टम वही, तो बदला क्या? बदलाव सरकार के विजन में आया है।
Prime Minister also spoke of disruptions related to AI. He added that in a few days, India will be hosting AI Impact Summit in which multiple nations will be participating.
दुनिया को अब डिसरप्शन के साथ जीने के लिए तैयार रहना होगा। समय के साथ इनके नेचर में बदलाव आएगा, लेकिन ये तय है कि अब व्यवस्थाएं बहुत तेजी से बदलेगी। एआई से जो डिसरप्शन हो रहे हैं वो तो आप देख ही रहे हैं। आने वाले समय में एआई और भी क्रांतिकारी बदलाव लेकर आने वाली है। भारत इसके लिए भी तैयार है। कुछ ही दिनों में भारत में ग्लोबल एआई इम्पैक्ट समिट होने जा रही है। दुनिया के अनेक देश, दुनिया भर के टेक लीडर्स इस समिट में हिस्सा लेने के लिए भारत आ रहे हैं। सभी के साथ मिलकर हम एक बेहतर विश्व बनाने के लिए निरंतर प्रयास करते रहेंगे।
India is hosting the India AI Impact Summit 2026 in New Delhi from 16th to 20th February. The summit is anchored in three sutras: people, planet and progress, which define India's approach to cooperation on artificial intelligence. The summit will bring together global leaders, policymakers, innovators, experts from across the world to deliberate on the way forward for AI. At the invitation of Prime Minister Modi, heads of 20 nations and ministerial delegations from over 45 countries would be participating in the summit. UN Secretary General and senior officials from several international organizations will also join the deliberations. The summit, hosted at invitation of Prime Minister, is being positioned as the first major global AI gathering in the Global South. The summit comes at a time when global AI ecosystems are undergoing significant shifts. While large language models have shown rapid progress, policymakers and experts have increasingly highlighted the need for stronger data governance, diversified AI architecture, and sector-specific deployment. And India AI Impact Summit is set to take place. A host of nations are participating in this AI summit. Policymakers, global leaders, technology companies are all coming together to deliberate the present and the future of artificial intelligence, the manner in which regulation, people impact can be taken forward in emerging technologies. India represents a force to reckon with in global AI ecosystem today. Clear policy framework and ambitious investments by the Modi government has played a key role in creating a strong foundation for AI-led growth in the country. More in this report. New Delhi is set to host the India AI Impact Summit 2026. Today, India stands at the cusp of a new era powered by artificial intelligence, where technology is transforming lives and shaping the nation's progress. Key policy initiatives by the Modi government, such as India AI Mission, are at the heart of this transformation. India AI Mission was approved in 2024 with a financial outlay of Rs 10,371 crore over 5 years. National Supercomputing Mission (NSM) initiated in 2015 with budget outlay of Rs 4,500 crore. India Semiconductor Mission with outlay of 76,000 crore rupees supports manufacturing, design and talent development. Union Budget 2026-27 marked a further step in this direction with announcement of India Semiconductor Mission 2.0. National Quantum Mission, with the rupees 6,000 crore outlay, aims to develop quantum computers with 20 to 1,000 qubits.
AI can help transform millions of lives by improving health, education, agriculture, and so much more. It can help create a world in which the journey to sustainable development goals becomes easier and faster. To do this, we must pull together resources and talent. We must develop open source systems that enhance trust and transparency. We must build quality data sets free from biases. We must democratize technology and create people-centric applications.
India's development-focused approach places democratization at the core of its AI strategy, enabling participation by startups, researchers, public institutions, and innovators across regions. Over 38,000 GPUs are available at 65 rupees an hour, boosting affordable AI access. 5G covers 99.9% of districts, powering scalable AI infrastructure across the country. AI Kosh offers over 7,500 datasets and 273 models as shared national resources. Additionally, to encourage long-term investments, Budget 2026-27 has proposed a tax holiday till 2047 for foreign companies providing cloud services to customers using data center services from India. Guided by the vision of making AI in India and making AI work for India, today the nation ranks third globally in artificial intelligence competitiveness. Shubhendu Ghosh for DD India. Still to come on this edition of DD India Live. Peru Congress to debate motion to remove President Jerry amid scandal. Cuba shifts to electric vehicles amid tighter US oil curbs. In T20 World Cup, South Africa and New Zealand look to strengthen Super 8 chances.
Jharkhand will mesmerize you with majestic nature, rich heritage and colorful culture.
Johar. It fits perfectly.
Thank you.
Full workout हो गया.
Ready?
Postcards from Jharkhand on National Geographic.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. On the sidelines of the Munich Security Conference in Germany, European leaders push for a reset in the transatlantic relations. Friedrich Merz, the Chancellor of Germany, on Friday called for stronger and more united Europe to help rebuild its relationship with the United States. Merz urged Washington to repair and revive trust at a time when global stability is under strain, warning that traditional international order is weakening amid rising great power competition, hinting of talks with French President Macron over nuclear deterrence. At the Munich Security Conference, Merz warned that US could not go it alone, but also said Europe must beef up its own defenses and mentioned confidential talks with France on nuclear deterrence. French President Emmanuel Macron met British Prime Minister Keir Starmer on the sidelines of the Munich Security Conference in Germany. During the meeting, Macron praised the unique relationship between the UK and France. He also highlighted the two countries' shared interest in economy, industry, migration and security. The Munich Security Conference will be held from February 13th to 15th. It comes amid strained ties between Europe and the United States. After talks at the Munich Security Conference, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky stated leaders made significant progress on plans to increase pressure on Russia and boost international coordination to help end the Ukraine conflict. Zelensky is expected to meet U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio at the conference on Saturday. Zelensky called for increased military aid packages as he attended bilateral talks with various leaders during the Munich Security Conference. During talks with Norway's Prime Minister, he said the two sides would cooperate on air defense missiles and other military aid packages to strengthen Ukraine's armed forces. Zelensky also held talks with Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen and Finnish President Alexander Stubb, focusing on bolstering Ukraine's defense capabilities. During a meeting with Secretary of State Marco Rubio on the sidelines of the Munich Security Conference, German Chancellor Merz discussed Ukraine in Munich, calling it their most critical challenge. As Ukraine readies new peace talks as early as next week, the Trump administration is ramping up pressure on Russia in hopes of ending the conflict by early summer. Two sets of diplomatic negotiations on Ukraine and Iran are set to take place in Geneva on Tuesday. A source briefed on the matter told the news agency Reuters on Friday. U.S. delegation, including envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, will meet the Iranians on Tuesday morning and will then participate in trilateral talks with representatives from Russia and Ukraine in the afternoon. Meanwhile, the U.S. military is preparing for possibility of sustained weeks-long operations against Iran. U.S. President Donald Trump on Friday embraced potential regime change in Iran and declared that tremendous power will soon be in Middle East as the Pentagon sent a second aircraft carrier to the region. Trump's military moves and tough talk comes as Washington and Tehran seek to revive diplomacy over Tehran's long-running nuclear dispute with the West. Trump has threatened strikes on Iran if no agreement is reached, while Tehran has vowed to retaliate, stoking fears of a wider war as U.S. amasses forces in the Middle East. The U.S. targeted Iran's nuclear facilities in strikes last year. U.S. President Donald Trump stated that he planned to visit Venezuela and reiterated satisfaction with its interim leader as his administration authorized 5 major oil companies to operate in the country. The U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control issued general licenses letting major oil companies operate in Venezuela's oil and gas sector, with royalties required to go into Treasury designated accounts. This aligns with Trump administration's stance that Washington will hold and manage those funds in custody for Venezuela's benefit. A second license allows companies to negotiate potential investment contracts in Venezuela's oil and gas sector. The oil industry has expressed interest in Venezuela, while cautioning that time frame for investment depended on having clear rules after expropriation by earlier governments. While Venezuela received more than 6 tons of medical supplies from the United States on Friday, a U.S. shipment of medicines and medical supplies arrived at Simon Bolivar International Airport in Venezuela, where it was received by Venezuela's diplomat Felix Plasencia and U.S. Charge d'Affaires Laura Dogu. Dogu said it was first such delivery of medicines to reach the country, with more expected in the coming days. The shipment comes amid bilateral agreements and relaxation of U.S. sanctions implemented by Washington. Facing one of the worst fuel shortages in recent years, Cubans are increasingly relying on electric vehicles and bicycles to meet their transportation needs as the island grapples with stringent economic challenges. Electric tricycles have become one of the most widely used means of transport on the streets of Havana for local routes and to aid mobility in busy areas, whether privately or state-run, with differences in costs depending on the case. Tricycles transport passengers and light loads and more. The importation of motorcycles, tricycles, quadricycles and electric cars are increased significantly on the island in recent years, driven by fuel shortages. Cuba also has state-owned companies that assemble these vehicles for private use or public services. The Trump administration labeled Cuba a security threat, halted Venezuelan oil and warned of tariffs on countries that supply fuel to the island. Peru's Congress will debate on a motion to impeach interim President José Jerry next Tuesday after the opposition garnered 78 signatures needed to launch the proceedings. Jerry, in power since October, faces multiple censure motions for misconduct and lack of suitability. Investigations include a secret meeting with a Chinese businessman and alleged irregular hiring of 9 women in government posts. The presidency called the reports malicious and biased. Peru is experiencing a prolonged political crisis, which has seen it burn through 7 presidents since 2016. The country will hold general elections in April, and Jerry is not running for president. Let's turn to sports. Unbeaten New Zealand and South Africa will clash in Ahmedabad in straight fight for the top spot in their group. Both teams have won their opening 2 matches, but through contrasting paths, setting up a contest that could determine not just Group D's supremacy, but also momentum heading into Super 8. New Zealand have looked clinical. Meanwhile, South Africa have combined firepower and composure under pressure. And that's all in this edition of DD India Live. Let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platform. You can scan this QR code on your screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. Shubhendu Ghosh from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live. Namaskar.